We must stay focused, brothers.
So, a couple of days back, I watched one battle after another, and it was arguably one of the craziest films I've seen. It definitely it caught me off guard for sure. There were some things that hopefully I put a spoiler warning beforehand. But if I somehow forget, then I'll probably have to mention, and I should probably get that checked out. But um, okay, so for context, I suppose we'll go over the film. Is it follows you have Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's part of this revolutionary group. I think it's like the French 47 or something like that. And obviously they go around and do uh, what revolutionaries do best. They put a big fat middle finger up to the establishment and arguably commit acts of terrorism. But it's all in a good cause. Um, so yeah, he's at this demolition expert, and he is in a relationship with this with the leader of the group, I suppose. And obviously she gets pregnant, and they supposedly have a kid together, and that's important for later. Um, Sorry, there's a bunch of notifications. Yeah, and then so he focuses more on the kid while she goes out and does more revolutionary stuff, and she gets jealous because obviously he's spending more time with the kid than she is with her. Um, and then eventually she kind of it's like a bank robbery. Um, and she shoots a security guard and kills him. So obviously she and that basically I'm saying she and he, and that basically messes up the operation, and they have to go and they go on the run. And they some of the members start getting picked off and stuff, which obviously isn't good. And then she gets captured, and she goes into um witness protection, I think, from memory. I was really tired when I was watching it. I was really sleepy. I did not sleep that well the previous night. And I woke up earlier, or pretty early that day. So the whole film was kind of like a fever dream. But that's the sad point. Anyway, um, they go and they do stuff, and she goes into what I think is witness protection. Anyway, it's like a couple years, like 16 years later, and the girl's all I'm not grown up, but she's in school. She's 16, I think, and then I'm trying to think because I want to get this right, but I'm probably will be wrong. But I don't want to look it up because it will my pride. I think they have a character woman. It's not a point. The main thing is that they're caught onto. Um, they have. Oh, at the start of the film, there was this guy, and they liberate this immigration camp, and the leader woman, she goes and she like is like humiliating him and put a gun to his face, and he gets a boner, and then or she makes him have a boner, and then he marches she marches him outside. You can see the bone, you can see the bulge in his in his pants, and that was at the start film. That was in the first 10 minutes, so that kind of set the tone for what was happening next. Anyway, they he man, there's a lot of moving parts. I'm not explaining this very well. So the guy is like, after being humiliated, he has some sort of humiliation fetish or kink, and he is like infatuated with this woman. Um, and she rejects him and goes into hiding, and then he just goes on a rampage, you know, and eventually he tracks down Leonardo DiCaprio and his daughter, who are hiding out, and he's kind of, I would say, fallen off. He's like addicted to drugs. He's a lot of booze. He's not very responsible. Yeah, and they get hunted down, and the story is basically them trying to reunite. It was good. It was a lot of fun. I done a very strong critical thinking skills. I'm sure there's a lot of subtext, both like politically and probably like to metaphors in the film and such. But there's a lot of moving parts. So obviously you have the guy. I want to talk about him. I want to talk about. I think it's Scene Bean. I don't know how to say his name. I will look that up out of respect because he does a actually phenomenal. Oh, Scene. Oh no, Scene Penn. Oh, I'm getting confused. Oh no, yeah. Was it Sean? Let me see. Um, but yeah, he does a actually insane performance as his military guy, and he is obsessed with this the leader, this black woman who's the leader of the what's it called, of the revolutionary group, and he he straight up says it. He's like, I love black women, which was the funniest thing. He's like a race swap Dr. Umar. Um. Anyway, race swap Dr. Umar. He goes and he's trying to hunt them down because him and the black woman, the leader, they had a night together, probably on multiple occasions. Um. Oh yeah, that was it. Because she got caught by him, and then probably to help her get out of it. And she puts a gun up his ass. I'm not being very coherent, but that was integral to the plot. Anyway, um, he thinks that the daughter might be his. And then eventually they catch the daughter and they do a test, and spoiler, but actually I did warn you at the start of the video, so don't go complaining now, that he was the father. You know, I didn't say it as well as they do in the show, but Leonardo DiCaprio is not the father. Sorry, my door just mysteriously opened. Anyway, he joins this. The reason why this is important, I bring it up, is because he joins this white supremacist group. And I'm assuming it's probably so they can hunt down, because they obviously they don't like the black revolutionary leader because she's black. So I mean, my thought process was he joined because he wanted to try find her or find the daughter, but they were like, we've had reports that you had an entanglement with a person of color, and obviously he denies it. But then they know, so they send I don't like a hitman, but they send one of their guys after race up Dr. Umar, to try and hunt him down. I'm just re-explaining the plot, but it's been a while since I've seen it. I mean, a while is not really like. It's only been like a couple of days or so, maybe a week. But that's not the point. I suppose I should get into the actual critical thinking, like my thoughts on it. What are my thoughts? It was a long film. It was a very long film. It was 2 hours. Not 2 hours, 3 hours long. So the pacing was. I think it was pretty good. I like the pace. I didn't really find myself getting bored. I think probably because I just enjoyed the. Leonardo DiCaprio did such a good job. He was so funny. This is a really funny film, and so obviously seeing him as a central focus, he was very entertaining. Some parts it was a little slow, or it felt like they kind of went on for a while, which was kind of like not ideal. but it wasn't a massive issue. Um, what else did I? I mean, I love the humor. The film was really funny. Like this is in the trailer, but he's on the phone trying to contact this guy, and the guy on the phone is like, "What's the time?" And Leonardo goes like, "Listen here, you fuck! I don't know what the time is. I've done drugs and booze for the past 15 years. My brain's a little fucked up." Um, in short, he just crashes out on him. It's so funny. Um, I'm sorry, the door being open is frustrating me. Okay, the door's sorted. Positives of the film. It was good. It wasn't like an action film. It wasn't like shootouts and stuff. It was mostly traveling and dialogue. Let me try to think some negatives or stuff I didn't. Sorry, stuff I didn't like. One thing I thought was weird was when the KKK guy hunts down race up Dr. Umar, he shoots him with a shotgun, like right in the chest, and then his car flips over and like lands in the desert. And you see Leonardo DiCaprio, he walks after him and he sees inside, and race up Dr. Umar's like upside down. He's got blood all down his face. Like the car's pretty mangled. Like I'm pretty sure this guy's dead. But it turns out he's not dead. He's still alive. Um, but then and then near the end of the film we see him again, and he is with the KKK and he has his own fancy office, and they gas him, and they kill him because they obviously knew that he had a mixed child, which I thought was kind of, I don't really see the point of that because there's no point faking out his death just to kill him for real. Um, that seemed kind of silly. Now either have him do I like. I feel like he should have been, because the final confrontation is between the guy from the KKK, the doors from Leonardo DiCaprio, and I feel like that probably should have been the other way around. It should have been the white guy, because he's been the main kind of force. He's been the antagonist for the whole film, so it didn't make much sense for all of a sudden it be a case of like, no, it's the KKK guy who I don't think has interacted with either of the characters. I might be wrong, but it felt like they should have swapped it around and done it with Race of Dr. Uma right at the end, and then that probably means they'll change the ending. But like, what happens wouldn't change. They'll just have to cut the bit where he gets gassed. Because in the bit where the KKK confronts the daughter, and the daughter shoots him, basically. And then I feel like they should have been swapped, because he's been chasing her all this time, and they need to be taken out by the KKK. It's just dumb. I didn't really like that bit. It didn't feel very satisfying. You would have thought, maybe he would have got his comeuppance or whatever, but no. Yeah, that's just one thing I didn't like about the film. Um, the music was great. I like the music. It was kind of like it felt tentative is the best word I can use to describe it. The music felt very tentative. Um, I'm trying to think. Honestly, it was a fever dream when I watched it. You've got the woman putting the gun up his arse. You see there was an expression. You don't actually see it go into his anus, but you see the expressions on his face. And I could never do that. I doubt I could be paid a bit. Okay, maybe I'll do it for $1 billion, but any less, I wouldn't be able to do that. It's like to act that out. This is weird. I'm getting off course. Um, no, not really. I can't think of anything else that's like is really bad about the film, or that I didn't really enjoy. Sometimes it got a little confusing because there was a lot of characters there. So, I mean, for me, I got muddled. Again, I was half asleep, going on I was like, just pure will and a Red Bull. I was watching that film and I had a full stomach because I had some food beforehand. But at the end of the day, I had fun. I enjoyed it. There's not much I can say. I'm gonna force myself to stop. I didn't plan out this review. It's not as cohesive as my other Demon Slayer one. Um, Maybe I should take notes, but what am I talking about? It was a good film. I had fun. Leonardo DiCaprio was really good. It was a really funny film. Yeah, that's it.